Beneath our oceans and lakes lies a world shrouded in mystery, where ancient ruins, bizarre structures, and mythical creatures challenge what we thought we knew. From over 2 million tires lying off the coast of Fort Lauderdale to a 4,000-year-old shipwreck found off the coast of Turkey, each discovery leaves scientists scratching their heads and captivates explorers worldwide. Prepare to be amazed as we dive into the depths and uncover the bewildering enigmas hidden beneath the waves. Here are the top 20 shocking things found underwater nobody can explain. Number 20. Tire Graveyard. The Tire Graveyard, also known as Osborne Reef, lies off the coast of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, submerged under 70 feet of water. At first glance, this eerie underwater landscape seems like a bizarre art installation, a seafloor blanketed with over 2 million rubber tires. However, this peculiar site is the legacy of a well-intentioned yet poorly planned project from the 1970s. The goal was to expand Osborne Reef by creating an artificial habitat to encourage marine life. Volunteers dumped millions of old tires into the ocean, hoping they'd become a thriving marine ecosystem. But instead of fostering growth, the tires became a lifeless graveyard. Held together with flimsy metal clips that quickly corroded, the tires broke free and spread across the ocean floor. Despite their inert appearance, these tires are shockingly destructive. They can't support marine life and instead scoured the ocean floor, damaging existing coral reefs. To make matters worse, shifting tides caused the tires to drift, leaving a trail of environmental devastation. Why the tires have not deteriorated over nearly 5 decades remains puzzling, as does the challenge of removing them. Efforts to clean up the site are ongoing, but the magnitude of the task, both logistically and financially, is immense. Number 19. The Ghost Ship of Kaz 2. In April 2007, the Kaz 2 was found drifting aimlessly off the coast of Australia near the Great Barrier Reef. The catamaran was intact, showing no signs of damage or robbery. A laptop remained on the desk and food was set out on the table, but the 3-man crew had vanished. The missing crew consisted of skipper Derek Batten and brothers Paul and James Tunstead, who had set off for a leisurely sailing trip from Airlie Beach to Townsville. Investigations began and theories surfaced. One possibility was an accident while trying to untangle a fishing line. Others suggested a rogue wave silently swept them away, or that foul play was involved. Video footage recorded just days before their disappearance showed the men relaxed, with the sea calm. Despite extensive searches and forensic analysis, no sign of the crew was ever found. The evidence deepened the mystery, with investigators finding no explanation for their disappearance. Number 18. 4,000-year-old shipwreck. One of the oldest shipwrecks ever discovered lies off the coast of Turkey, in a gulf near the ancient port of Urla. Dating back to around the 14th century BCE, this 4,000-year-old shipwreck was packed with remarkable artifacts. Archaeologists believe the vessel originated from an ancient civilization that flourished from roughly 3,650 to 1,400 BCE. The ship likely served trading purposes, holding evidence of commerce from an era long past. Exploring the surrounding area also revealed over 400 anchors and several sunken harbors, with some relics dating as far back as the Bronze Age. These findings highlight the rich maritime history of the Mediterranean, spanning from ancient times to the Ottoman Empire. The shipwreck itself is extraordinary, having held up for over 4 millennia. Among the artifacts, one of the most eerie is a face, perhaps part of an ancient statue, staring out into the sea as it has for thousands of years. This discovery continues to captivate researchers and adventurers alike, helping historians better understand a civilization shrouded in the mist of history. Number 17. San Jose Galleon. The San Jose Galleon, often called the Holy Grail of shipwrecks, sank in 1708, taking with it gold, silver, and emeralds estimated to be worth billions of dollars. This Spanish crown-owned treasure ship met its fate near Cartagena, Colombia, after a battle with the British Navy, leaving only a handful of its 600 crew members alive. Resting over 600 meters deep, the wreck lay untouched for centuries until it was rediscovered in 2015. Now, the Colombian government plans to recover its incalculable value using a high-tech underwater robot in an expedition costing more than $4.5 million. The robot will carefully extract ceramics, wooden artifacts, and shells from the wreck's surface without damaging the fragile remains. Ownership of the galleon's cargo has been highly contentious. Spain asserts its right to the bounty, claiming it was aboard a Spanish ship. Bolivia's Caracara nation also stakes a claim, stating that their people were forced to mine the precious metals. Meanwhile, the US-based salvage company Sea Search Armada insists it was the first to find the wreck and is demanding $10 billion. Colombia's current government aims to ensure that the ship's treasures remain in the country, shifting the focus from colonial disputes to preserving the archaeological significance of the wreck. In a joint effort with Spain and Bolivia, Colombia plans to honor the cultural and spiritual legacy of this extraordinary discovery. Number 16. Xenomorph sculpture. Diving into the ocean's depths, explorers often expect to uncover mysteries hidden by water and time. But none could anticipate the discovery of a xenomorph sculpture, a life-size tribute to the chilling alien species from the iconic sci-fi film series Alien. Diver captured on camera, something that shocked the whole world. Positioned beneath the clear waters of the Mediterranean, off the coast of Bali, Indonesia, this imposing figure raises more questions than answers. Crafted with exquisite detail, the sculpture captures the eerie and lethal essence of the xenomorph, with its elongated skull, ribbed body, and sinister tail. Despite its fictional origins, the sculpture found underwater seems almost alive, evoking a sense of dread and fascination. Measuring over 6 feet tall, it stands as a silent sentinel in the deep, surrounded by the aquatic life that has begun to make a home in its shadow. The presence of such an artwork in this underwater environment is baffling. There are no records of its commissioning or placement, and no artist has come forward to claim this submerged masterpiece. Its location and the logistics of submerging such a structure suggest a deliberate act, yet the purpose remains as obscure as the depths where it resides. Explorers and enthusiasts have speculated on its origin, an elaborate movie promotion, a wealthy patron's private amusement, or perhaps an unorthodox approach to creating artificial reefs. However, without concrete evidence, the story of the underwater xenomorph remains shrouded in mystery. Number 15. Stronsay Beast. In 1808, the Stronsay Beast washed up on a Scottish shore after a fierce storm, and the discovery quickly baffled the public. This mysterious carcass measured 55 feet long, and since part of the tail was missing, the full length might have been even greater. It had a distinctive appearance, a long neck and bristly skin, similar to other unidentifiable carcasses known as globsters. Its bizarre anatomy included 3 pairs of limbs that resembled either paws or wings. The Society of Natural History in Edinburgh examined the creature and found its skin was smooth when stroked from head to tail but rough in the opposite direction. This unique texture added to the enigma of what it could be. Was it a sea serpent? A mythical beast? The scientists of the day couldn't find a definitive answer. The large size and strange features didn't match any known sea creature. Eventually, a theory emerged that it was simply a decomposing basking shark, a conclusion not accepted by everyone. Despite thorough investigations and proposed hypotheses, the exact identity of the Stronsay Beast remains elusive. Its odd features and unknown origins continue to provoke intrigue over 2 centuries later. Number 14. HMHS Britannic. The HMHS Britannic, the sister ship of the RMS Titanic, lies in the depths of the Aegean Sea off the Greek island of Kea. This massive British ocean liner, intended to serve as a hospital ship during World War I, met a tragic end in 1916 after just 1 year in service. Its sinking is steeped in mystery, echoing the fate of the Titanic, but with even more puzzling circumstances. On November 21, 1916, the Britannic struck an underwater mine, or was torpedoed by a German submarine, causing a catastrophic explosion. The ship began sinking at an alarming rate, fully submerging within 55 minutes. Despite lifeboats being available, 30 people lost their lives because several boats were launched too early and were sucked into the ship's still-turning propellers. Though equipped with state-of-the-art safety features, including watertight compartments and reinforced hulls, the Britannic sank quicker than anyone expected. Questions still linger as to why a ship designed with safety in mind could not stay afloat longer. Was the ship's hasty conversion to a hospital liner a factor, or did a hidden design flaw contribute? Even now, the Britannic rests in near-pristine condition on the seafloor, providing eerie glimpses into the devastation that occurred over 100 years ago. Number 13. Hedonistic Roman symbols. Once one of the most notoriously hedonistic hubs in the Roman Empire, the ancient city of Baiae catered to the elite's every whim for centuries. Built atop volcanic vents that provided soothing hot springs, the city became a popular retreat, offering the wealthy a place for lavish parties and relaxation. But when Muslim armies sacked the city in the 8th century, Baiae fell into decline. By the 1500s, it was completely abandoned, as volcanic activity caused the waters to rise and submerge this decadent paradise. Now lying beneath the shallow waters of the Bay of Naples, Baiae remains a treasure trove of Roman history, revealing mosaics, sculptures, and hedonistic Roman symbols strewn across the ancient streets. From glass-bottomed boats or while diving and snorkeling, visitors can glimpse remnants of bathhouses with intricate mosaics and floors that once echoed with the revelry of the high-class Roman elite. The symbols and designs uncovered here provide clues to the city's era of peak luxury. Around the 1st century CE, Baiae was the retreat of emperors like Nero and Caligula, whose decadence is still reflected in the preserved ruins. Despite the slow reclamation of the site by volcanic vents and rising tides, this former party city still hints at its scandalous past, providing a mesmerizing underwater window into an ancient era. Number 12. Gold Brick. In 2015, a 16-year-old girl diving into the summer holiday found more than just cool relief in the crystal-clear waters of Lake Königssee in Germany. While swimming, she stumbled upon a shimmering object nestled in the lake's sediment. Her curiosity led her to a discovery that would be the envy of treasure hunters everywhere: a gold bar. Weighing in at a hefty 500 grams, this gold brick initially sparked theories of long-lost World War II treasures supposedly hidden in lakes across Germany and Austria. As the story of this find spread like wildfire, the teenager's parents did the responsible thing. They called the police. Authorities promptly announced the find, hoping the original owner would step forward to claim this significant piece of gold. 6 months went by with several claimants, yet none could provide genuine proof of ownership. According to local law, if no rightful owner is identified, the finder has the legal right to claim the treasure. And that's exactly what happened. This lucky girl was allowed to keep the gold bar, valued at around 16,000 euros. That's $177,000 in today's market. Number 11. Mysterious Statue of Jesus. Imagine diving in the Mediterranean and coming across a 10-foot-tall statue of Jesus, serenely gazing upward from the seabed. This striking underwater scene isn't just a random occurrence, but a deliberate artistic placement near Malta, below the surface of a bustling dive site. The statue is positioned in the company of the Imperial Eagle, a ferry and cargo ship that served between Malta and Gozo before meeting its fate and sinking in 1999. This area, just 25 meters below the surface, is not just about exploring shipwrecks. It's also an underwater valley where art meets adventure. The statue of Jesus was originally placed near St. Paul's Island, but was moved to its current location to create a more picturesque spot for divers. It now lies near an anchor and a tunnel filled with vibrant coral, making it an exceptional site for underwater exploration. The presence of the statue alongside the wreck of the Imperial Eagle adds a spiritual and surreal layer to the diving experience. Number 10. Steam engine. Dive into the chilly depths of Lake Superior, and instead of shipwrecks, you'll encounter a relic from the age of steam. Canadian Pacific Railway locomotive number 694 met a tragic fate. Traveling at a significant speed, it collided with rocks that had fallen onto the tracks. The impact was so severe that the locomotive and its 3 crew members were catapulted into the icy waters of the lake, with tragic consequences for those aboard. Lying 60 feet below the surface for over a century, locomotive number 694 remained hidden until 2014, when a team of dedicated shipwreck hunters stumbled upon its traces. First, they discovered several of the train's boxcars, scattered at shallower depths. However, the locomotive itself was the last to be found, lodged 230 feet deep among a field of boulders. The discovery team initially hoped to raise the steamer to the surface for public display. However, the extent of the damage and the delicate nature of the wreckage made salvage efforts impossible. The locomotive was deemed too fragile and too embedded in the lakebed to be moved. Beneath our oceans and lakes lies a world's mystery, where ancient ruins, bizarre structures, and mythical creatures challenge what we thought we knew. From over 2 million tires lying off the coast of Fort Lauderdale to a 4,000-year-old ship found off the coast of Turkey, each discovery leaves scientists scratching their heads and captivates explorers worldwide. Prepare to be amazed as we dive into the depths and the bewildering enigmas hidden beneath the waves. Here are the top 20 shocking things found underwater nobody can explain. Number 20. Tire Graveyard. The Tire Graveyard, also known as Osborne Reef, lies off Fort Lauderdale, Florida, submerged under 70 feet of water. At first glance, this eerie underwater landscape seems like a bizarre art installation, kitted with over 2 million rubber tires. However, the site is the legacy of a well-intentioned yet poorly planned project from the 1970s. The goal was to expand Osborne Reef by creating an artificial habitat to encourage marine life. Volunteers dumped millions of old tires into the ocean to become a thriving marine ecosystem. But instead of fostering growth, the tires became a lifeless yard. Held together with flimsy metal clips that quickly corroded, the tires broke free and spread across the ocean floor. Despite their inert appearance, these tires are shockingly destructive. They can't support marine life and instead scoured the ocean floor, damaging existing coral reefs. To make matters worse, shifting tides cause tires to drift, leaving a trail of environmental devastation. Why the tires have not deteriorated over nearly 5 decades remains puzzling, as does the challenge of removing them. Efforts to clean up the site are ongoing, but the magnitude of the task, both logistically and financially, is immense. Number 10. The Ghost Ship of Kaz. In April 2007, the Kaz 2 was found aimlessly off the coast of Australia near the Great Barrier Reef. The catamaran was intact, showing no signs of damage or injury. A laptop remained on the deck. Number 7. Monster that consumed 9-foot-long great white shark. In 2014, scientists were left baffled when a black box strapped to a 9-foot-long great white shark washed ashore on the coast of Australia. The shark, previously known for its size and ferocity, had seemingly vanished. The data collected from the tracking device painted a chilling picture: a sudden temperature rise from 7.6 degrees Celsius to 25.5 degrees, followed by a rapid plunge to a depth of nearly 1,200 feet. This sharp shift in temperature suggested the shark had been consumed and pulled deep into the ocean by something much larger and terrifying. The increased temperature was consistent with the shark being inside another animal's digestive system. But what kind of creature could take down a 9-foot apex predator? Researchers theorized that the culprit behind this grisly incident was another shark, potentially a super predator measuring over 16 feet in length and weighing at least 2 tons. This estimate was based on the speed and force required to subdue and consume the great white. The super predator might have targeted the smaller shark due to territorial instincts or simply out of hunger. In the ocean, the rule is simple: the bigger fish often targets the smaller. Biologists speculate that the super predator could be a massive shark like a colossal great white, or possibly a more elusive species. Number 6. The infamous black smokers. The black smokers, deep-sea hydrothermal vents discovered between Norway and Greenland, are truly baffling. These towering chimneys, reaching up to 60 feet or 18 meters high, expel superheated water at temperatures over 700 degrees Fahrenheit or 370 degrees Celsius. The dense mineral-rich water contains iron and sulfide, which react with the frigid ocean to form black plumes that look like smoke. Despite years of research, several mysteries still surround these underwater formations. Their unpredictable distribution makes mapping their global presence tricky, and their complex structures vary dramatically in size and shape, with no clear explanation. The mineral deposits that build these chimneys often contain precious metals like gold, copper, and zinc. Yet the process behind the formation of these unique mineral compositions is not fully understood. The unique ecosystems thriving around the vents also remain a puzzle. Giant tube worms and blind shrimp flourish without sunlight, relying instead on chemosynthetic bacteria that convert the chemical-rich vent water into energy. How did these organisms develop such specialized survival strategies, and what led to their ability to withstand extreme heat and pressure? Even more shocking is the potential for these black smokers to provide clues to extraterrestrial life. Their ability to sustain life in extreme conditions is leading scientists to rethink where life might emerge in other, similarly harsh environments, both on Earth and beyond. Before we move on, here's today's subscriber's pick. While exploring the depths of the Great Blue Hole, a diver captured on camera something that shocked the whole world. In this photo, you can see a creature that looks straight out of a fantasy book. With its snout, feet, and body, it seems almost identical to the dragons in ancient mythology. But could such a fantastical species truly exist in the ocean? The diver later reported that he couldn't find the bizarre creature again, leading skeptics to believe it might have been a realistic toy that had washed away. However, given the vast, unexplored regions of the ocean, some wonder if this was a glimpse into a hidden world where mythical creatures still roam. What do you think? Was it a mere trick of the deep, or is there more beneath the surface than we can see? Share your thoughts in the comments. Number 5. Gravity hole in Indian Ocean. In the Indian Ocean, there's a mysterious anomaly known as the gravity hole, where Earth's gravitational pull is weaker, creating a depression over 328 feet deep. Centered about 750 miles southwest of Cape Kanyakumari at the southern tip of India, this circular dip covers an enormous 1.2 million square miles, almost as large as India itself. First discovered by Dutch geophysicist Felix Andries Veening-Mynes, who designed a device to measure gravity at sea, this gravitational anomaly has puzzled scientists for years. Legend has it that the pronounced dip is responsible for the disappearance of countless ships and aircraft, giving rise to paranormal and alien conspiracy theories. Recent research, however, offers a different explanation. Scientists from the Indian Institute of Science studied this enigma by simulating plate tectonics over the past 140 million years. They found that tectonic plates beneath Africa sank deep into the Earth's mantle, causing less dense, hot material to rise below the Indian Ocean. This displacement resulted in a significantly lower gravitational pull, creating a depression where the sea level is noticeably lower than the global average. Number 4. Ancient city of Pavlopetri. Beneath the crystal-clear waters of the Mediterranean, off the southern coast of Greece, lies an ancient city submerged by time and tide. This is Pavlopetri, the world's oldest known underwater city, dating back over 5,000 years. Discovered in 1967, this city predates the famous ruins of Atlantis myths, yet its existence raises many unanswered questions. Pavlopetri spans an area of about 100,000 square meters, making it a sprawling metropolis by ancient standards. The city layout includes streets, temples, graves, and complex water management systems, all preserved in stunning detail beneath the sea. This remarkable preservation allows us to see the stone foundations of buildings and even pottery shards, which were part of everyday life in the Bronze Age. Archaeologists have uncovered artifacts and structures that tell a story of a society rich in culture and economy. The design of this city reflects advanced urban planning and architectural skills that rival those of many other ancient civilizations. What's truly fascinating is how a city so well developed could completely vanish under the waves. Scientists believe that a series of earthquakes could have caused the city to sink, but the precise series of events remains a puzzle. The mystery deepens when considering the technology and expertise required to build such a resilient city, one that could withstand thousands of years underwater. Number 3. Lake Michigan Stonehenge and Triangle. In the depths of Lake Michigan lies a site that has perplexed researchers and stirred the imagination of explorers. In 2007, underwater archaeologists stumbled upon a mysterious arrangement of stones eerily similar to Stonehenge, the famous prehistoric monument in England. This so-called Lake Michigan Stonehenge features stones arranged in a circular pattern, one of which appears to be carved with a petroglyph resembling a mastodon. If true, this would suggest that the formation is over 10,000 years old. An enigma, since humans weren't thought to have been capable of building such structures back then. Even more puzzling is the nearby Lake Michigan Triangle, a region known for unexplained phenomena. Stretching between Manitowoc, Wisconsin, Ludington, Michigan, and Benton Harbor, Michigan, this area is infamous for strange occurrences and mysterious disappearances dating back to the 19th century. Boats, planes, and people have vanished without a trace, including the freighter SS Alpena in 1880 and Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 2501 in 1950. Some believe these phenomena are linked to a magnetic anomaly or vortex in the triangle, while others point to supernatural theories involving UFOs or ancient curses. Despite investigations by scientists and skeptics alike, no definitive answers have been found. Number 2. Atlantis of the East, Dwarka. In the Arabian Sea off the coast of India's Gujarat state lies a remarkable archaeological discovery, the submerged city of Dwarka, often called the Atlantis of the East. Ancient texts, like the Mahabharata, describe Dwarka as the prosperous kingdom of Lord Krishna, boasting palaces adorned with precious metals and bustling marketplaces. While these descriptions seemed like mythical exaggerations for centuries, modern discoveries have revealed the possible reality behind the legend. In 2001, underwater archaeologists exploring the Gulf of Combat discovered what appeared to be ruins, extending over 7.7 square miles of a highly developed civilization. They found structures resembling a grid-like layout with walls, stone anchors, pottery fragments, and artifacts dating back over 9,000 years, long before any known civilization in India. Radiocarbon dating of the artifacts has puzzled researchers, challenging established timelines of human civilization and sparking questions about ancient urbanization. How did this city end up underwater, and what happened to its inhabitants? Theories abound. Some believe Dwarka was built on land that sank due to seismic activity, while others argue that rising sea levels gradually submerged the city. The actual timeline of the city's history remains a mystery, as does its fate, as further research could uncover even older layers. Number 1. Frilled sharks. Diver captured on camera. Something that shocked the whole world. The frilled shark is a fascinating yet terrifying creature that lurks in the deepest, darkest corners of the ocean. Resembling a prehistoric serpent, this shark has a long, slender body and a jagged, dinosaur-like face that has shocked divers lucky enough to see one. It's one of the ocean's most elusive creatures, and it wasn't until 2004 that footage of it was first captured. This living fossil has swum the world's oceans for an astonishing 80 million years, with its closest relatives long extinct. Its body retains a primitive appearance, offering a glimpse into the ancient past. When it opens its mouth, it reveals over 300 razor-sharp teeth lined up in 25 rows, a sight that has horrified those who encounter it. Despite its slender body, the frilled shark is muscular and can strike its prey much like a snake on land. In 2015, an Australian fisherman caught one and described it as a large eel with a head straight out of a horror movie, calling it a freakish-looking sea monster. Scientists remain puzzled by the frilled shark's lifestyle and habits because it's rarely observed in its natural deep-sea habitat. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.